We don't want to preach and not practice. We want to practice what we're preaching. So, teaching our kids what true friendship looks like, telling our kids how they can not always be a people pleaser, and also helping them to find friendship and describing how we can have things in common. I like to describe to my kids, I like to break it down. Like, when I find somebody that I can connect with and we have something in common and we love to talk about something or we love to do something together, like Qigong is something I love to do with my friends, we get into this flow. And when we have this flow, we have this energy and this connection, and it makes me feel whole and it makes me re energize. And I would love for you to find that for yourself. So, can you think of anybody that you get into that flow with? Hi, conscious parents. It's Carrie here, and I am here with a little info about raising our mindful kids. I've got some tips and tricks about breaking free of the box and becoming who you are, and teaching your kids how to do that along the way. Join us. Hi, conscious moms and dads. Do you have moments where you miss that flow state that you used to find before becoming a parent? Was there something that you used to work in that your heart was really passionate about and you felt like you were making a difference in the world? You can join us with a free guided meditation available in the show notes to help you rediscover your passion in life. Hi there, and welcome back, conscious parents. I'm Carrie here, your conscious friendly mama, and I'm here with another mini lesson, little mini sample for you guys, little nuggets of truth and ideas. So, this week, I would love for you guys to think about connection and what that looks like for your families. Have you found other families or other connections within your community where you feel heard and seen and supported? Are there connections that feel similar to how your family system works? Reflect on what that looks like for you. Our friendships reflect what we are working on ourselves. They reflect who we are as a person, who we are as a friend, who our kids are as a person as well. So think about that as you guys are looking at your connections and your friendships and other pieces of that puzzle for yourself and for your kids. So when we are working with others, we're also learning how to access our heart. This looks like the connections that we are making with friendships, the connections our kids are making with their friendships. They are also tuning in and hearing their own hearts when they are working on these friendships and connections and community. So, when we have a community of like minded friends, then we definitely feel safe and secure to be ourselves, right? We want our kids to find that same safety, that same feeling of comfort where they can really be themselves. If they're starting to put layers of protection on themselves, then they're definitely not going to be connecting with their hearts, right? And that's what happens as we get older and we grow into our adulthood is these pieces of protection that we put on ourselves. But if we are in a safe community and we feel safe to be ourselves, if we have our highs and our lows and we feel comfortable being ourselves with others around us, then we're definitely growing into the version of ourselves. We're not growing into this protected version of who we think society needs us to be. So, this week, if you would like a little challenge, I would love for you guys to think about, do you have this for your kids? Do you have safe and secure connections and friendships yourself? Do your kids have those safe and secure connections and friendships? Also, do you guys have family connections like that? And have you thought about a foundational center that you maybe go to, or investing that time and energy into making that a piece for your family? So, a bonus for you is if you can get together with any of these friends and connect and allow your kids to see you connecting as one, allowing your kids to see you making an effort to make friendships. Maybe your kid wants to stay at home and play Legos on a Saturday all day. Mine, that happens sometimes. But we're showing them that maybe we ourselves want to stay home on a Saturday and watch a home improvement show, or we want to go out hiking by ourselves on a Saturday and we don't want to talk to anybody. We're really following our energy and seeing when is the time that we can feel supported and going out and making friendships or getting to know some other people that are around us. Another thing you can do is think about an activity. I have an activity for you guys to do this week, and that is going for a bike ride, having a discussion with your kiddos about friendship and what does that look like. I've noticed sometimes that it's helpful to teach my kiddos what real friendship looks like. I've noticed that living it is great because we don't want to practice and not, or we don't want to preach and not practice. We want to practice what we're preaching. So, teaching our kids what true friendship looks like, telling our kids how they can not always be a people pleaser, and also helping them to find friendship and describing how we can have things in common. I like to describe to my kids, I like to break it down. Like, when I find somebody that I can connect with and we have something in common and we love to talk about something or we love to do something together, like Qigong is something I love to do with my friends, we get into this flow. And when we have this flow, we have this energy and this connection, and it makes me feel whole and it makes me re energize. And I would love for you to find that for yourself. So, can you think of anybody that you get into that flow with? It's really interesting because when I first started to help my kiddos make friendships, when my son went into kindergarten, there were certain friends that I thought, oh, this will be a perfect connection. And they didn't connect. They have the same things in common. They're both into science. They both love Legos. Well, maybe that wasn't his connection. He would find his own friendships and I would watch them and I'd say, huh, they're into two totally different things. Like one little friend I'm thinking of is very into soccer. My son could care less about soccer. He's really into Legos and science and he's just into different stuff, different kind of kiddo. But they connect. And I tried to find what is the root of this connection. I finally figured it out. It is fun and being silly. And they just love each other in that piece. And it's so cute to see their connections. So, trying to help your kid understand those pieces of what makes their heart soar in a friendship. So, this week, I'd love for you guys to look at this and try it out and see if you can find somebody that makes your heart soar outside of your family, too. Happy week, conscious parents. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in, Changemakers. This is Carrie. And if you haven't done a review for us, 5 stars and a little few words about what you've enjoyed in our podcast episodes, we would really appreciate it. If you guys would like to ever message me, I would love any questions you have or any feedback at info@hearttoheartlife.com. We also have a brand new website, which we're super excited to share. It's hearttoheartlife.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and happy life, happy times, Changemaker families. Please remember that the information shared on this podcast is educational in nature and does not constitute licensed mental health advice. If you need such advice, you should speak with a licensed professional about your unique situation. Thanks so much, happy listeners.